I cannot believe this happened to me at 48 years old.
And while it's true, you're only as young as you feel.
I do an enormous amount to look and feel young. But if I'm being totally transparent, most of the things that I do to stay optimal today are all things that I've done my entire life. But here I am at 48 years old, and embarrassed to say it, but look at my face. I'm breaking out like a freaking schoolgirl, and I have no idea why. I mean, even when I was in high school and I was going through puberty, I never had facial acne the way I have it today, and it's bothering me. It looks terrible. I'm self-conscious about it, and while I think I know that it stems from stress, I don't exactly know where it comes from. But the truth is, at 48, I'm starting to learn some hard lessons about skincare, aging, and really just focusing in on longevity as a practice. But the reality is, I am 48 years old, and 48 is not the same as 38, is not the same as 28, is certainly not the same as 18. And while I can still get after it and think I function and compete at a high level versus anybody in my own age group, and oftentimes beat younger people who are a lot younger than me, I'm getting older. And to wake up over the course of the last week and be covered in pimples is not exactly an attractive look, and it's certainly not something that I enjoy. So why am I sharing this? Well, stress. Is it stress related? And right now, I know that the housing market is stressful. I know right now the fear and uncertainty that exists in the marketplace is real. And I talk to people on a regular basis who are experiencing fear, uncertainty, doubt in their own lives, in their own financial circumstances. And although I talk about what goes on in the housing market, and I talk about my experience as a boots on the ground operator of a high performance real estate team, I almost never talk about my own personal health, my own personal practices, and how do I keep my shit together at 48 years old with all of these unknown variables coming at me a mile a minute, 24 hours a day. And so I figured I'd do something a little bit different here and just share about it, because you can see my face, it's like I'm a freaking high schooler, and unfortunately, I am not a high schooler. Not that there's anything wrong with being a high schooler, but I should not be breaking out like a schoolgirl. So, few things. I did go speak with my dermatologist, and yes, it is true. I'm a Neanderthal. My mom and dad are old school. My mother is going to be 80 this year. My father is 77 years old. They come from a different generation. So I share that because they weren't really big into not that they're very attractive people, they're very clean people, but they didn't have any daily skincare routine that I'm aware of. They certainly didn't model any of that type of behavior for me. So my personal best practices as it relates to skincare has really been, if I remember and I feel like it, I might put on sunscreen. That's been the majority of my life. And so I share that perspective because I've got massive skin damage. And now, as a 48-year-old man, when I go to the dermatologist to find out what kind of lotion or cream or potion, magic wand they can wave to help me out with the situation, I learn that I've got real sun damage that requires chemo cream treatment. And I unfortunately know lots of people who have been afflicted by cancer and survived cancer and have had all kinds of different issues with various types of cancers. And that's what happens as you get older. People do get cancer and people do die of it. But I was forced to face the reality that, well, one, I have skin cancer, which was treated and removed, and it's fine, at least for now. But the treatment for my face is this chemo cream, which I'm terrified of. And when I Googled what chemo cream is and what it does, that was even more horrifying, because the pictures that I saw on Google, the images that came up, everybody looks like a meth head. I mean, their faces look like they're melting off, and they look like zombies. And I also know that an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, but let's face it, I'm a little bit vain. I don't want to be walking around with open wounds on my face, especially when I'm dealing with the general public or trying to shoot content. I don't want to look like a monster. And I've read your comments. Some of you think that I do look like a monster, or I look like Putin, or I look like Howdy Doody, or I look like fill in the blank. I don't care what you think, but I am aware that my face is going to look different in the near term when I start using this cream. But I'm going to do it anyway because I have to, and I'm told that once that's done, the damage will be removed, new skin will grow back, and I got to take care of my skin. But I haven't thought about any of that kind of stuff really ever, because I can kid myself and think, well, Chris, you're in good shape. None of this applies to you. And that is not true. So as I'm getting older, as I'm aging, I've got to be aware. I must level up in my personal maintenance. I must take care of my blood work, my skin, my eyes, my teeth. And yes, I brush my teeth, but you know, I've been washing myself with a bar of soap my entire life. It was only recently when I visited with Squirrel Tribe / Squirrel Tribe 2.0 / Kevin 24/7 that they looked at me like I was crazy when I didn't know that I was supposed to use a loofah and put some gel cream or soap on it and rub myself around. That to me seemed ridiculous. I grabbed the bar of soap, I rub it on myself and clean. But you learn something new every day. And the reality of it is, these different healthcare days or these spa days or these, I don't even know what they're called, but these best practices that I've probably ignored for a long time are things that I must do because I don't want to feel like 58 when I'm 50. And I want to max out and enjoy my life and be active and vital like I've always been. But it starts with an awareness of the things that I can level up with. So I know this was a different type of video. I hope you found it valuable. If you did, please subscribe to the channel, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below. I mean, what do you do? What are your best, I don't even know what the right word here is. What are your best beautification tactics? Oh, this is so uncomfortable for me to talk about. What do you do? And I don't know why this is filming so poorly, but it appears to be very grainy, so I may have to reshoot this. But fuck it, I'm not reshooting it. It is what it is. It's grainy, it's old, so am I. And go out there, win the day, and make hay while the sun's shining.